Hey, bro, where the is the Marquez crew at?
Why's you asking stupid questions, bro? Huh? It's still early, motherfucker. We got time.
Oh, shit.
Action back, big hope, big shit. Friend will depend on one shit. I make no run. Double back, so cross fight.
Our boys are down, Tommy. They're closing in. Heads up, Tommy.
Appreciate you showing up for me. Wasn't sure you was gonna with everything that happened between us.
We family. That's what the we do.
How's the city treating you? Back home?
Shaking up on. We need a new partner or some shit. I'm trying to figure it out.
What you saying?
Come to New York and move your powder with me.
No. And I'ma stand on that.
Okay.
And they can get in my DM.
So what you say? Start some what?
They say this is a big rich town. I just come from the poet's part.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. What's the deal with it, YouTube? What's good with y'all? What's up with everybody? I'll go by the name of DC, and in today's video, I'm going to be breaking down episode 10 to Power Book 4 for season 3. I'm going to let y'all know how I felt about this episode, as well as give y'all some of my thoughts about what's to come in the future in the next Power spinoff that's going to take place between both TARIQ and Tommy. If you're finding me for the first time and you like Power content like me, tap in and hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all Power content I post on my channel. Hit the like button to help the video get recommended across the algorithm, and leave your thoughts and comments down below in the comment section. And y'all let me know y'all thoughts about this episode and how y'all felt about the series finale. Now, I will say, I do feel like this episode could have been a little bit better, especially with this being the series finale. Overall, this was a cool episode to watch, but I do feel like this episode could have been a little bit better, especially with this being the series finale. I feel like they should have made this episode at least an hour and a half or 2 hours long, because they left open a couple of storylines in this episode and left some characters alive that could potentially be explored in the future in this next Power spinoff. I was happy to see your boy TARIQ St. Patrick pop up in this episode and make his return to the Power universe. I was happy to see that. I feel like TARIQ popping up in this episode was arguably the best moment in this episode. He came to Chicago and did his thing in this episode. Your boy TARIQ was doing his thing. But getting into this recap though, because we got a lot of stuff to talk about today, I'm gonna start the recap off of talking about Tommy finally taking over Chicago and becoming the biggest connect in the city, as well as your boy TARIQ popping up in this episode and saving Tommy's life. Because Jannard and CBI tried to take out Tommy at the beginning of the episode at JP's funeral for killing Diamond at episode 9, but Jannard wasn't able to do that because he saw that Tommy and his family had law enforcement present at JP's funeral, which forced Jannard and CBI and the rest of the soldiers that they was rolling with to stand down and not retaliate against Tommy. So afterwards, Jannard and CBI went back to their hideout spot to have a memorial celebration for Diamond, and while celebrating Diamond's life, Jannard confronted Shanti's right hand Raheem about his whereabouts in this episode, and also questioning him about him refusing to take out Shanti in episode 9 when he had the opportunity to do it. And when Raheem refused to let Jannard go through his phone to see if he was texting Shanti or not, Jannard instantly shot Raheem in the back of his head right there on the spot and took him out in this episode and confirmed his theory about Raheem being the mole and working with Shanti after he checked his phone himself and saw that he gave Shanti the drop on CBI in episode 9. So when Tommy and Shanti learned about Raheem's death, Tommy had Shanti meet up with Jannard in this episode and tried to use her as a way to get the drop on Jannard and make it seem like she wanted to join forces with him again, since Tommy assumed that Jannard's biggest weakness was Shanti. But Shanti already knew what time it was and knew that Jannard wasn't buying the whole idea of him and Shanti working together to get rid of Tommy so they could take over Chicago, which is something that Jannard told to his crew right after Shanti left. And I'm glad Jannard didn't fall for this, bro, because Shanti was trying to play him. That's all she was trying to do. And even though he still has feelings for Shanti, I'm glad he didn't let his feelings for her overcloud his judgment and allow Shanti to get close to him again in this episode and possibly play him. So Tommy resorted to his second option in this episode to get the drop on Jannard by reaching out to the RDs in this episode and getting them to flip sides on Jannard. And the RDs ended up flipping sides on Jannard and joined forces with Tommy after Tommy told Gray Skull about Jannard lying to him about who really took out King Kilo, and told him that Jannard was the one that took out King Kilo and his brother, as well as putting them on about Elche and Ortega's boss in Mexico teaming up together to form an alliance with each other and not messing with CBI anymore and cutting them out of the picture, which came with a sacrifice, and that sacrifice was Ortega getting taken out in this episode by Tommy. And with Gray Skull flipping sides on CBI and joining forces with Tommy, Gray Skull gave Tommy the drop on Jannard, and Tommy, along along with Miguel, the Insane Princess, D-Mac, Shanti, Manny Fresh's crew, almost half of the crews in Chicago that don't like Jannard, ran up in his lumberyard spot where CBI was hiding out at, and got into one last final shootout with CBI, with both Shanti and Miguel getting shot during this shootout. And right when Tommy thought it was over for him after he was pinned down, left with no backup, your boy TARIQ St. Patrick, aka Baby Ghost, showed up at the last moment with his new crew and took out the rest of the CBI members that was trying to take out Tommy. And it's good to finally see your boy TARIQ St. Patrick return to the Power Universe, bruh. Because it's been a long time since we seen TARIQ on our TV screens, bruh. We ain't seen him since 2024. Last time we saw TARIQ, he was dealing with his Noma situation and trying to figure out a way to neutralize her and Don Carter. So the fact that he was finally able to make his return to the Power Universe in this episode, as well as him making one hell of a cold-ass introduction into Power Book 4 Force, was lit, goddammit. This shit was lit. Shout out to TARIQ St. Patrick for finally returning to the Power Universe. And to everybody that kept saying this little nigga wasn't gonna pop up in season 3. So, after losing his battle to Tommy and his crew, Jannard and CBI went back to Diamond's barbershop to regroup and think. And Bones, Big Smurf, the DSDs, and the SODs flipped sides on Jannard in this episode and told him that they was tired of taking L's and decided to join forces with Tommy, Shanti, and Miguel in this episode. And Jannard a better man than me, bruh. He a better man than me. Because I would have spin back on Bones and Big Smurf in this episode, bruh. I would have did that. I know they didn't have much time to wrap up all these storylines in this episode, especially with this episode being an hour long, but I wish they could have wrote in this episode, bruh, to where Jannard could have spin back on Bones and Big Smurf in this episode and took them out. Because I don't like how they just let them two niggas kick him out of his own crew. Ain't no way they should have let both Big Smurf and Bones get away with flipping sides on Jannard and taking CBI away from him and leaving him without nothing. And with Jannard out of the picture and not leading CBI anymore, CBI will now have to answer to Shanti moving forward, and she's going to be taking over the CBI organization. And with Miguel and Shanti running things for Tommy in Chicago and him finally becoming the biggest connect in the city, Tommy is now going to be headed back to New York City and partnering up with TARIQ, setting us up for the new Power Legacy spinoff that's going to be coming out in the future. And man, I can't wait to see this new Power Legacy spinoff, bruh. I can't wait to see this. I'm definitely looking forward to seeing both TARIQ and Tommy team up together and come together for this new Power spinoff that's going to take place in the future. But at the same time, bruh, I do want to know how they're going to make this shit work, bruh. I do want to know that. Because last time I checked, bruh, Tommy ass is supposed to be dead, bruh. He can't be seen in New York City. And with them going back to New York City, bruh, I really want to know how they're going to make that work. Because I'm pretty sure the feds is going to be on Tommy's head the moment that they find out that he's back in New York City, bruh. I'm most certain that's going to happen. And even though this is going to be a great spinoff to watch, but at the same time, bruh, with them going back to New York City, I believe this is going to end bad for Tommy's character in the future, bruh. I believe this is going to end bad for him. I'm expecting the feds to find out about him being back in New York City, and when that does happen, I'm expecting them to try to lock up Tommy. And another thing I want to say before I move on from this topic, that nigga Tommy better watch TARIQ, bruh. He better watch him, because I ain't gonna front. I don't like the way your boy TARIQ was looking at D-Mac in this episode when D-Mac told him about Tommy and Maria having a baby, as well as the relationship he has built with Tommy ever since he's been in Chicago. Like, I don't know what your boy TARIQ was on in this episode, but your boy Tommy needs to watch him. I'm glad your boy TARIQ is back in the Power Universe and all like that, but at the same time, bruh, he might be plotting this scheming, bruh. He might be trying to plot up a way to get Tommy out of the way. So like I said, definitely looking forward to seeing this Power Legacy spinoff in the future. But like I said, I do want to know how they're going to make this make sense with Tommy going back to New York City if he's supposed to be dead and he can't be seen in New York City. Now, moving on to arguably one of the most shocking moments in this episode, which was Bobby DeFranco getting taken out. In this episode, we saw Bobby DeFranco get taken out by Agent San after Agent San flipped sides on Bobby and joined forces with Tommy in this episode to get rid of Bobby. Because in this episode, Bobby confronted Agent San about him working with the Marquez cartel and being a dirty cop, and your boy Agent San was able to easily get himself out of this situation with no type of hard work, bruh. All he did was tell Bobby that he's going to keep his mouth shut and take his jail time on the chin so he could save his wife from getting taken out by the Marquez cartel if Bobby didn't give him immunity and let him walk. And out of his desperation to lock up Tommy, he agreed to this deal that Agent San offered him and formed a plan with him to try to set up Tommy and lock him up for Stacy's murder. At least that's what he thought he was going to do. Because when San went to go meet up with Tommy Dolo in this episode after he convinced Tommy to take a meeting with him, Tommy noticed that San was wearing a wire and he was trying to get him on tape confessing to killing Stacy Marks, and Bobby came out of the cut and saved Agent San from getting taken out by Tommy. And while Bobby was distracted focusing on Tommy, Agent San shot Bobby in the back of the head and took him out, revealing to us that Tommy and Agent San was working together and playing Bobby the whole entire time. And like I said, bruh, this was arguably one of the most shocking moments in this episode, because I did not expect Bobby DeFranco to get taken out by Agent San. Truth be told, bruh, I thought Agent San was going to go to jail in this episode for working with the Marquez cartel. I thought Bobby was going to lock him up in this episode and take him down for working with the Marquez cartel and being the dirty cop, but unfortunately he ended up getting popped. And even though Tommy felt like Agent San could so-called be trusted now, I believe he needs to keep his eyes on Agent San, because Agent San did tell Tommy he was going to get rid of the wire that he was wearing and destroy it so nobody doesn't find out about the stuff that's going on between him and Tommy, because that wire possibly might come back up, bruh. We possibly might see that wire again. I know this is supposed to be the series finale and all that stuff, but this storyline was left open possibly for a reason, and we possibly could see this storyline get revisited in the future. Y'all let me know down below in the comment section if you feel like this is the end of this storyline right here between Tommy and Agent San, but I definitely believe we need to keep our eyes on this storyline going forward into this next Power spinoff. Now, before I end this video, I am going to talk about a couple of open-ended storylines that was left open that could potentially be explored in the future. And one of those storylines was Vic and Gennard teaming up with each other and agreeing to take down Tommy. Because in this episode, we saw Vic come back to Chicago at the end of the episode and formed an alliance with Gennard to try to take down Tommy after the hitman that Vic sent to take out Tommy in this episode was taken out by Tommy. And I am genuinely annoyed that Vic survived season 3. Because this nigga been flip-flopping all season long about whether or not if he want to leave Chicago or take out Tommy. And the fact that Vic could potentially pop up in this next Power spinoff is annoying as hell, bruh. Shout out to your boy Gennard. I'm glad he survived season 3. I told y'all, Gennard is my favorite character and I ain't want to see him get taken out. And I honestly thought he was going to get taken out in this episode, but I'm glad he didn't. Because like I've been saying in my previous videos, Gennard is arguably the reason why season 3 has been entertaining, bruh. And the fact that he could potentially be in this next Power spinoff, bruh, is amazing. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next for your boy Gennard in the future of the Power universe, bruh. I'm looking forward to that. But Vic, on the other hand, nah, bruh. I ain't looking forward to that. I really wish he would have got packed up in this episode and got sent to his daddy and his sister. But unfortunately, he didn't. Goddammit. But we saw that storyline get left open in this episode. And we saw Maria's storyline get left open as well in this episode after Maria left town and went to Mexico with her and Tommy's baby to stay out of harm's way until Tommy was done fighting his war with CBI. And I'm definitely expecting Maria to be in this next spinoff. I'm definitely expecting them to reunite her and Tommy with each other, especially with her being pregnant with Tommy's baby. And when that does happen, because like they say, power never ends, I'm expecting Maria to already have gave birth to her and Tommy's child, and I believe Tommy is going to meet his child for the first time when he does reunite with Maria. But other than that, I ain't got much else to say about this episode. This was a cool episode. I do wish more would have happened in this episode, especially with this being the series finale. We did see a lot of open-ended storylines being left open, as well as a couple of characters still being kept alive that could potentially be revisited in the future. And I wasn't the biggest fan of that, but I can't wait to see what's next for the Power universe in the future, especially with all these new spinoffs that's on the way. We know Power Origins is coming soon. They're currently filming that show right now. We got Power Legacy on the way as well. And I'm pretty sure they're going to announce another spinoff in the future too. And like they say, man, power never ends, bruh. Power never ends. And with Power not ending no time soon, that means more content and more Power videos will be dropping in the future. But thank you to everybody that's been rocking with me and supporting my channel as I've been recapping this show. I know I started off recapping this show late, and I didn't start recapping this show until season 2, which was back in 2023, which was the same year I started my YouTube channel. But even though I showed up late to the party, y'all still continue to rock with me and still continue to support the content that I put out. So again, thank you to y'all. Thank you to each and every last one of y'all that's been supporting me and rocking with me. I genuinely appreciate every last one of y'all. Much love to y'all. I'm gonna chop it up with y'all later because we got more Power videos coming out in the future. If you made it to the end of this video and you like the video that I uploaded and created, hit that like button to help this video get recommended across the algorithm. Hit the post bell notification button to support the channel and to get updated on all Power content I post on my channel, and hit the like button and all that good stuff. I'ma holla at y'all later, man. Much love to y'all. Much love to everybody that's been rocking with me and supporting me. I appreciate y'all. Y'all take care. Y'all be safe and God bless. I'll see y'all later.